So what can fans of Rio expect from the second offering?
Fans from Rio. Well, if you saw the first film, then you know that there's a lot of music in it, a lot of colors, and a lot of really lovable characters. And this time there is more music provided by Janelle Monáe, even more music by Carlinhos Brown and Sergio Mendes. And the colors are even more vivid because we leave Rio and we go into the Amazon. And what was the last thing I said? Oh, and characters. And there's a ton of new characters in this movie that are so wonderful. Kristin Chenoweth is a welcome addition to the cast, and I think she steals the entire movie.
And there's a great sort of carnival spirit in this movie, and it's really really enjoyable and easy to immerse yourself in. Do you get a sense for that when you're creating this as well? Is that carnival spirit almost matched by the performances of the voice cast when you're filming?
It would have been so interesting if we could have filmed with a parade or something, but no, I can't say it was a carnival spirit exactly, because there wasn't that party vibe, but it was a joy. I mean, I've got to say, the people working at Fox Animation are some of the nicest people I've ever met, and our director, Carlos Odaña, who's, I think one of the heads of Blue Sky Studios, he's the sort of person you want to show up to work early to be around, And so it was an absolute pleasure to get to come to work every day. So while it wasn't exactly the free-form, freewheeling carnival vibe, it was definitely a good time.
And I spoke to, when I did the press junket for Frozen, they were saying that they were able to go over to Norway, I think it was, for a little trip.
Really?
I was wondering if you guys were able to go to Brazil.
That's so fancy. We got to go to Rio for the press of the first film for its release, but no, we didn't get a guided tour through the Amazon or anything like that.
So where's the most exotic place you've ever been?
Probably Bali. Yeah, I won't say when I went there, but anyway, that was probably it. And I don't know, I was in Cambodia about a decade ago, and kind of before it had become, I understand become, the tourism industry's really expanded there, but this was kind of still in the early days, and going up north to the Siem Reap area felt pretty exotic.
And in this film, there's some real sort of human themes explored, relationship problems and there's family dynamics. Even obviously it's they're birds and sort of creatures. Were you able to draw on sort of personal experiences, or at least relate to people that you know or things that have happened to kind of get into the head of your character?
Yeah, I don't know how consciously I don't know if I consciously based her on anybody, but definitely, you're around enough successful marriages, you see the way people interact with each other. And I think Carlos and I and Jesse, we wanted them to be in a loving relationship. The conflicts in the film come from their environment, what's outside of them, the challenges that they have to face. But within them, it's minor conflicts. I mean, they love each other, they're happy. And it was nice to get to spend time there.
And as for the shooting and animation, what's that like? What's the experience like shooting that? Does it ever get quite lonely? Because I imagine you must do quite a bit on your own.
I mean, it's fun. The actors that are in the film are so wonderful. I would have loved to have gotten to spend more time with them. But no, the days aren't lonely because it's usually the same people that are there. It's Carlos, the director, a few producers, some representatives from Fox, and everybody's so nice, and you just wind up looking forward to it because you get to catch up with everybody. Usually it's like a few months since your last session, so somebody's kids lost a tooth, or someone went on this kind of a trip, or there's always something fun to talk about. So no, it wasn't lonely, and it actually makes seeing the final film a real pleasure because you get to experience everyone else's performances for the first time.
And it sounds like it was such an enjoyable experience. So is Rio free? If that was something that was possible, would you be interested?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get the call sometime soon, so I hope everybody goes to see the film so we get to make it.
So just finally, of course, Interstellar's coming out later this year, which we're very, very excited about. I imagine you must be quite excited about that one too, because it looks pretty special.
I can't say anything about it, except that I'm so excited to see where Chris was taking it, because just based on what the shooting experience was like, it was pretty mind-blowing, so I can't even imagine what he's done in post. Yeah, I'm very, very, very much looking forward to that one.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you.